Hello, Cryptowisers. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Milton, and I will be your captain for this episode. I have missed you guys. I have not been able to post a video in a few days. Both Marvin and I have been insanely busy, and so I apologize that we have not posted videos as regularly as we normally do. But do not worry, because we will be posting a lot in the coming weeks. All right, guys, I have talked a lot on this channel about interoperability. That is the word of 2021, I said, and I'm changing my mind. I'm changing from interoperability to multi-chain, which basically means the same thing, but way easier to say, and it's more on trend. So, of course, we have Ethereum. That goes without saying. And as you know, we have been doing a lot in the Binance Smart Chain over the last couple of months on this channel. So that is chain number 2 for me right now, but I have been looking out for what the next chains are going to be. So today I'm going to be talking about the chain or network that I am most watching right now. They're doing a ton of stuff. They have a ton of partnerships. A lot of really important people in crypto are talking about them, working with them. I think they're going to be a very, very important player in this new multi-chain world. And that project is Fantom. Whether you want to call them Fantom Foundation, Fantom Network, Fantom DeFi, it doesn't matter. These guys are huge. They're very important. And I think they're only going to get more and more important in the next couple weeks and months ahead. So today's video is going to be all about Fantom and the important partners they have in place already and why I am going to add them to my multi-chain universe. So buckle up, kids, because this is going to be another exciting episode of Cryptowise. All right, Cryptowisers, let's get into this. First thing I got to say is, look, I am definitely not the first person to the Fantom party. As you guys know, I have been concentrating a lot on the Binance Smart Chain opportunities in the last few weeks. And the truth is, look, there's so much going on in crypto. It's impossible to stay on top of all of it all at once. You can't get in on everything at the perfect time. I think Fantom is still super, super early, but obviously they've already had their hype pump. So I'm not rushing into it by any means, but I think it's such an important network, chain, project, whatever you want to call it. I think its importance is here to stay. I think this is still very, very early for it. And so even though I don't think it's necessarily a buy right now, FOMO into kind of project, I think it's really important for my Cryptowisers to know about it if you don't already. I wanted you to know that it's on my radar. So let's have a look at the quick tokenomics here. As you can see, market cap of $1.2 billion already. We're not talking a small project by any means. 24-hour trading volume in insane 339 million. And you can see here that right now there's about 2.5 billion circulating supply of the 3.1 anticipated full supply. So let's have a look at the chart. Do I wish that I started looking into this in early January? Of course I do, because look at what happened. But to be honest, not many people were. I'm going to tell you why this pumped so fast as it did, as high as it did, and why it was probably impossible to anticipate this. I don't know, maybe there were a few psychics out there that did. But anyway, the important part is that we're looking at it now. It's on our radar. We're following what's going on. It did hit an all-time high in the hype frenzy of 84 cents, and now we're back down to 49. So we're seeing a correction. We're seeing a bit of buying the rumor, selling the news going on, and I'm eager to see where it's going to land. So if we look at the last 30-day chart, we can see here is the big, huge spike to 84, went back down to 40, and now it's kind of been consolidating in this area. So I'm going to be watching. Again, I haven't jumped in. I don't have any Fantom yet. I'm just watching right now. The more I learn about it, the more I think it's going to play an important role in this multi-chain universe that is being built right now. Sooner than later, I'm going to jump in a little bit just so I can play around with the network and the different Dapps that you can use on the network right now. But as a major bag, a big investment, I want to get a better understanding of where the price is going to be before I do a big purchase, because As you know, I don't like to FOMO into things that have pumped. In terms of where you can buy Fantom, it's on Binance. That's the easiest place to get it for those of you who have access to Binance. Now, looking at the max chart, this is also not a new project. This has been around since the last cycle. It launched in October 2018, the token did, so it has been around, okay? And it did not have a huge spike in the last cycle as many other projects did. As you can see, it never really spiked. The biggest spike it had was in 2019 during the bear market, went up to 3 cents. And it hasn't been until this year that it started gaining momentum. And then, of course, the huge spike happened, and we'll talk about why that happened. So that's an overview of the tokenomics for Fantom, and the token is the FTM token. All right, so what exactly is Fantom? Well, I won't go into huge detail, but essentially it is a blockchain, a network, in the same way that Ethereum is one and that Binance Smart Chain is one. So what makes Fantom special? Well, like any blockchain, you want great speed and you want great security and you want it to be scalable. You want it to have scalability. Fantom has all three of those things. You have almost instant transfers. It's incredibly secure, highly scalable, and very important, it's compatible with Ethereum. So you can deploy and run your Ethereum Dapps on Fantom. That's very important. That's the same with Binance Smart Chain, which is why Binance has been taking off like crazy, because people who were building on Ethereum could just easily move their dApp to Binance Smart Chain in the same way you can move it to Fantom. And if you want to have an idea how plugged in this project is, look at these partners. Chainlink, check. Ren, Band Protocol, The Graph. Okay, they have partnerships with a ton of the biggest projects in crypto. All right, so why has Fantom gained so much momentum in the last few weeks? Well, one, they're doing great stuff and they're doing a lot of partnerships, but I think it would be naive not to think that the major hype and pump did not come from this man here, Andre Cronje. Okay, if you don't know about Andre Cronje, he is one of the most influential people in crypto right now. As you can see from this article, literally says most influential 2020. But he is the creator, inventor of Yearn Finance. He's been working on a lot of new projects. He has been talking a ton about Fantom. He's been working a lot with Fantom. And his stamp of approval has basically led to the explosive growth of interest in Fantom and people's knowledge of it. And his relationship with Fantom goes way back. All right. When he first got into crypto, he began by doing code reviews at Crypto Briefing, but then he started working for an ICO funded project named Fantom. That's right. In the early days of Fantom, Andre was one of their employees. So he has in-depth knowledge of what and who they are, and he's chosen them to start working on some of his latest DeFi inventions. One of those projects is Keeper. So there's the Keeper network that Andre built. That's out there. That has a lot of ties to Fantom. But the one that we're most interested in, or at least the one I'm going to talk about more in this video, is actually the one he's working on now, which is the multi-chain XYZ. And essentially, multi-chain XYZ, the vision behind it is basically like having a Uniswap, but where you could swap tokens from different chains. So right now, Uniswap is all Ethereum, right? So it's all ERC-20 tokens on there. You can swap one for another. What multi-chain is trying to do is essentially have liquidity pools that exist cross-chain. And as you can see from this photo here, and you can also just go to the site. This is the multichain.xyz site. Here you have the tokens, and you can see here is the chain. So these are the ones that he's working with right now. You've got Ethereum, you got Fusion, you have Binance, Bitcoin, of course. But as you can see here, even in the search bar, you get Ethereum, and next you get Fantom FTM. And right in here, you can see you have one Ethereum going to Fantom here. So this is the Fantom symbol. Again, here, Fusion to Fantom. Fantom is essentially the second layer one network that he's incorporating into these projects that he's working with. Ethereum, of course. Next is Fantom. And Andre put out a great read. This was only 6 days ago he put this out. It's called What is This Cross-Chain Stuff? A Medium blog post. And he essentially explains the idea of cross-chain. He uses Bitcoin and wrapped Bitcoin as the example of someone, if you send Bitcoin, it's received, the network understands it, and then on Ethereum, a wrapped Bitcoin is printed and that's sent to you. So that's kind of the way cross-chain works right now. But then he goes into detail about this idea that he's working on. So he says, to understand the next bit, let's quickly look at how AMMs like SushiSwap work. Okay, so in an AMM like SushiSwap or Uniswap, you have 2 tokens in a pair, let's say ETH, BTC, and if you add ETH, you can take out BTC, vice versa. So an AMA pair is comprised of 3 parts. It's token A, token B, and a quoted price based on the relationship of A and B. So for an AMM to be valid, it needs to know the quantity of token A and the quantity of token B. However, doesn't mean that token A and B have to necessarily live on the same chain. He goes on to say, so an LP, the liquidity pool token, could provide liquidity in the form of ETH on Ethereum and FTM on Fantom. And throughout this article, he uses Ethereum and Fantom as his examples. So the pair on Ethereum holds ETH and no Fantom, but is aware of how much Fantom is being held on Fantom. So you've got a liquidity pool that has ETH and Fantom in it, but the ETH lives on Ethereum chain, the Fantom lives on the Fantom chain. And what he's trying to do, what he's building, is basically allowing this liquidity pool to know how much ETH is in the pool, even though the ETH is on a different chain and vice versa. So I won't read this whole article, but I definitely encourage you to do it. This is definitely the future and why I think multi-chain is where we're at. It's not only the future, it's the present. As you know, we're all using Binance Smart Chain like crazy. This is why I think Fantom is going to be the next chain that at least I personally incorporate into my multi-chain universe, because people like Andre are building amazing dApps that are going to utilize Fantom because it's a lot cheaper than Ethereum. All this goes back to Ethereum gas cost and the congestion of the Ethereum network. So the idea is that you could go over to Fantom, do a bunch of stuff, and then bring it back to the Ethereum chain easily. That way you can do a lot more things cheaper. All right, and there are already some amazing dApps that are incorporating Fantom into what they're doing. So this is AnySwap. If you can remember, AnySwap was actually one of my top 5 projects of my original Binance Smart Chain video. And if you have not watched that video, it's this one here, top 5 Binance Smart Chain altcoins. That was a month ago when we were starting to get into Binance Smart Chain, and I mentioned AnySwap back then. The idea of AnySwap is the same. It's this idea that you could swap any token no matter what chain it's on, and they already have Fantom incorporated on their dApp. As you can see up here, the network, I'm right now attached to the Fantom mainnet. And they have Ethereum, they have Fusion, Binance Smart Chain, Fantom, and Huobi already incorporated. So that's one dApp that's already incorporating Fantom. This is an article from Crypto Mode. They had 4 reasons why you should pay attention to Fantom, and they talk about some of the other partnerships that Fantom has in place. They got banned protocol for the decentralized price feeds. Also, the other thing to note is the Fantom network is actually called the Fantom Opera network. They've got a collaboration with the Graph. But down here, Curve Finance has arrived. It says that one of the many projects struggling due to Ethereum's network cost is Curve, and they are on a mission to explore alternative blockchains, and the one that they are exploring is Fantom. So Curve is now available on Fantom, and you can bridge Fantom, DAI, and USDC at multichain.xyz. And there's an article here, how to use Curve on Fantom. If you go to the resources on Curve Finance, you can see here how to use Curve with Fantom. And basically the idea behind using Fantom is very similar to Binance Smart Chain. You can see here on one of my MetaMask wallets, I've added Fantom Opera as the network. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to use Fantom on my MetaMask. I just haven't done it yet. But very much like adding Binance Smart Chain as a network on your MetaMask, you do the same thing, but you add Fantom. And if you want to learn more about it, they have great resources right on the Fantom.Foundation website. They have the Fantom blog. Under education, they've got a great bunch of blog posts here. So as you can see, as I said, how to use Curve on Fantom on here. They also have Cream now. you can use Fantom, but this is the one I wanted to zero in on. This is huge, obviously. You can now use SushiSwap with Fantom. Here on this page, they have the whole setup for MetaMask. So if you go to their blog and you click on using SushiSwap with Fantom, they explain to you exactly what you need to know to add Fantom as a network on your MetaMask. And this is all the information here, okay? So you just go to your MetaMask, go into the networks, you click custom RPC, and then you just put all this information here, and that will add Fantom as a network, and you can start using Fantom. And then you could use the multi-chain XYZ to bridge some of your assets from Ethereum on to Fantom. Now, this is still early stages. I haven't done any of this yet. As I told you, I've set it up, but I have not actually tried it yet. All of this is in very early stages, beta stages, but we are obviously talking about one of the best developers in the space working on this stuff. So totally up to you if you want to try it or if you want to wait for it to be more established. I'm going to be trying it soon. I just have not had a chance yet. But as you can see here on SushiSwap, I have connected the Fantom wallet. So this is, if you connect with Fantom, it will just tell you that you're on the Fantom network. So I will be, when I start experimenting with Fantom, I will definitely be doing it with SushiSwap because it's a platform I already know and have worked with Ethereum. So that's kind of where I'm going to start my exploration. If you guys watched one of my recent videos, which was my actually first Milton mini episode, which I talked about 1inch coming to Binance Smart Chain, it's the same thing here. So this is 1inch. They don't have Fantom on 1inch yet, but as you can see up here, it says Ethereum. And when you use the Binance Smart Chain, it would say Binance Smart Chain. So if they incorporated Fantom, you could just put Fantom here. This is the future. The future is here. The future is multi-chain. You're going to have all these Dapps and you're going to be able to use them on whatever chain you want to. So we have explored Ethereum, obviously, on this channel. We have explored extensively Binance Smart Chain. We're still on there. We're still using it. We are still loving our experience on there, even though I would love auto to start pumping. And now I'm starting to explore Fantom. Obviously, I am waiting with bated breath for Polkadot because you know Milty has a big crypto crush on Polkadot, but that will be weeks, if not months away. So in the meantime, the next network I will look at is Fantom, and I'll be keeping my eye out on other alternatives. We know there's XDAI. We know there's more layer 2 scaling solutions out there that are starting to have working products. We know that Matic is now Polygon, and they're a Ethereum sidechain that is doing a lot of cool stuff as well. So I'm going to keep my eye out on what's going on Polygon as well. But by all accounts, Fantom is going to be a huge player in this space. And although I missed the big pump, who are we kidding, guys? If you are watching this video, you are early, okay? So yes, I missed this initial big, huge pump, but honestly, that happened because Andre started talking about Fantom on Twitter and his other outlets. And once Andre mentioned something, okay, you better be quick to buying it because there is going to be a huge pump. But I am not a FOMO person, okay? I don't just buy something because someone tweets about it or because someone talks about it. Put it on my radar. I like to do my research. And yeah, I might miss this initial pump, but I'll find an entry point. In my experience, trying to FOMO in on something that you don't know anything about never ends well. And that reminds me, guys, Cryptowise is not financial advice. I repeat, Cryptowise is not financial advice. We're just a couple of wise guys talking crypto. So obviously do your own research, but I thought it was really important to tell you guys that this is where I have my eyes, okay? I got my eyes on Fantom now. I got ETH, I got my Binance Smart Chain, and now my eyes, one of them is going over to Fantom. And now that we're entering this multi-chain universe, it's going to get harder and harder to follow all the different chains and what's going on, but we will be doing our best. So anyway, guys, that is my video on Fantom. What I imagine will be the first of many as different dApps start using Fantom. If you found it valuable, as always, do me a favor and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got your notifications on. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, I'm Milton. Until next time, over and out.